Good morning, students. I hope you are all doing well. Today, we are going to see chapter 5 and chapter 6. So, two chapters we are going to cover in this session. This is our session 16. First, an introduction to apps, part 2, and developing apps, part 1. You are going to develop an application in this session. Okay. Last class, we completed programming in Java and we introduced the application stores, messaging apps, transportation apps, knowledge apps, email apps, and simple apps. Okay, you all know what is Messenger. So, few Messenger apps: WhatsApp, then Google Talk. You can say so much. And transportation apps, you can say Uber, Ola, and all those things comes under transportation apps. Knowledge apps, you can say Byju's app. Email apps, you can say Gmail. Simple apps like calculator, weather forecasting like weather, calendar. These comes under the category simple apps. Okay. Now we are going to see today's contents are mobile operating system. We are going to see the types of mobile operating system. First, Apple, Windows, Android. This three operating system, how it is used in mobile phones. Okay. So these three operating system we are going to see which you use it in mobile phones. So the next one is web or online applications. Okay. The last category, mobile apps. So the two types of applications we are going to see. One is online application, another one mobile application. Okay. So now at last we are going to cover how to create an application using the tools. We have totally 4 tools. Using the tools, how you are going to create an application. Okay. So now let's get into the session. So the first topic we are going to see today is mobile operating system. Okay. So what does mean by mobile operating system? You all use your mobile phones, but do you know how it is functioning? No, because you just open the applications and you work on it, but you don't know what is happening behind the process. So there is a software which helps you to connect between the application and user. So those softwares we call it as mobile operating system. So you know already operating system is an interface between user and yes, hardware. We used to say computer hardware, right? So likewise, even in mobile phones, there are operating systems which helps you to access the applications. So now we are going to see mobile operating system. It is a software who is responsible for running advanced functions of mobile phone. Okay, so olden days they used to have a basic model mobile phone. So that mobile phone has Symbian operating system which they use to text and receive calls. They don't have much in that mobile phones. But nowadays through mobile phone you can just say it is a mini theater. So everything is possible within your palm size device. So they are open source. So this mobile operating system, it is available like how you download and how you use your applications in your computer. You will just install whatever the applications you need from internet. So few applications is restricted and more applications is available for free, right? You can download it at any time for your convenience. So like that in your mobile phones, according to the operating system, you can install any categories like any type of mobile applications. There are no restriction on apps. That is why we go for mobile operating system. So now I'm going to tell you example for mobile operating system. We have here so many operating systems that has come now that we can use it in mobile also. Previously it was Symbian, next it was Android, and now they introduced all type of operating system which you can use it in your mobile phone. For example, Apple, iOS, Android, which is used in your mobile phone, Windows, next BlackBerry. Okay, so this is your types of mobile operating system. And next is you're going to see first category under that is Windows mobile operating system. Okay, first one we are going to see Windows mobile operating system. So you all know mobile phones. You might have used your mobile phones for different functions. So have you ever noticed which type of operating system that your device has? No, because you didn't just get into that process. Instead, you use your mobile phones for multiple purposes, right? So if you have mobile phones at home now, just go and check it out which type of operating system you use. So according to the operating system, you will have some benefits. So based on the operating system, you can install your applications for free and you can avail the benefits. Okay. So first one is Windows mobile operating system. And the next category. So this is how it looks in your mobile phone, Windows operating system. Okay. You can have it in your mobile phone. Okay. So next one we are going to see Apple mobile operating system. You all know iPhone, right? So how it looks like. So which the applications that can be taken only from App Store. I told you in last class itself three different type of stores that you use for your operating system. Apple operating system uses Apple Store, which is App Store, and your Android uses Play Store, and coming to Windows, that is used to Windows Store. So from those stores, you can take any applications and install it in your device. Okay. And next one, can you see this? Even this is your iPhone, iOS, which is used in your Apple phones. Okay. This is how it looks and the applications. This is how you operate. Okay, ma? Okay. And next one, we are going to see Android. So this is your icon for Android operating system. So multiple users global wise they use Android because it is very user friendly and it is very easy to use, and you will have normal functions, even advanced functions also you have, but it is not too difficult. Okay. So Android is user friendly, so anyone can use Android operating system in your mobile phone. It is very easy to operate. Okay. And now we are going to see the types of applications. What was the first type? Web or online apps. What is meant by web? Normally, it's a net, right? So spider web, you know what a spider web it looks like? A net. Okay. So the same way in computer applications, web means it is a network. Okay. So through internet work, whatever you access, whatever you need to just download or do any process, if you want to purchase something, anything you go through browsers, that we call it as web or online applications. So it is accessible through web browsers. Okay. Need not install the app. You can directly go to the web browser in the Google address bar or any web browser address bar. You can type the content what you want so that it will just display you the information. You can either purchase or you can search, you do whatever you want. And the next category is mobile applications. So this is web or online apps. Only through online you can do. You must need the internet connection. But for mobile applications, it is not like that. Once you install the applications in your mobile phone, either with or without internet connection, you can avail the facilities. Okay. So anytime it is designed to be installed and run directly on mobile devices. That is your mobile applications. Okay. So let us see one small example for web application. This is how it looks. Web application is through online. You will do all the process. Okay. And this is one more example. So for web applications, behind the web application, we have lot of coding part. So different type of programming languages is used to develop the web pages. Okay. So in that, if you see the popular categories, HTML. These are all the scripting language which you use to create a web pages. Okay. And the next one is, by looking at this, what type of example comes to your mind? There is a mobile phone. Inside the mobile phone, what are the things coming out of? Yes, this is mobile applications. Each and every app, we call it as applications. Okay. So this is an example for mobile applications. Anything you want, you can install it in your mobile phones. Yes, this is all about your previous chapter. Now you are going to see the next chapter, which is developing applications. You are going to create an application. So I'm going to tell you how to create an application. So you're very eager to listen to it, right? Let us get into the session. Developing applications. In short, we call it as developing apps. So what is mean by mobile development? Mobile app development. You all use different type of applications. Have you ever wondered that how to create that applications? Have you tried to create that applications? For example, you are very crazy to play the Candy Crush application. But do you know how it is created? No. So you would like to create an application, but you don't know how to do it. There is the simplest way to create an application. I'm going to guide you how to do that. But before that, you must know, is it possible to create with different type of application, means operating system? Yes. Your mobile device, if you have your mobile device, that is more than enough. Any type of operating system that is supported to create an application. So you need not worry that this type of operating system only is necessary to create an application. Any type of application is enough. So now I have four type of operating systems here. One is Windows, Android, BlackBerry and Apple. Okay. And the next one I'm going to show you the tools to develop application. Now you know what is the abstract for developing an application. Okay. So the first tool which is going to be useful for me to create an application is design. So anything you want, first you have to design. If you take an example for architecture, what they do before constructing and building, first, they will just plan. They will draw a structure, how the building looks like. The same way here, for an application, you must design the basic components. Using some components, you have to design a basic thing. So that is called design window. In this window only, you're going to design what is needed for your application. Okay. So this tool is very important. The next tool is code window. Once you draw a structure, you will have to write a program. So once you write a program, then you will test the program whether it is correct or not. Finally, you will create an application through your mobile device as well as your computer. So both the devices required to create an application. Okay. So the first thing is design window and the second category is code window. And code window, it just shows you the blocks, and those blocks, when you build it together, you will get a program, and that program can be of any languages, any programming languages. So the next category is programming language. So for this app development for your syllabus, we are using Java programming language. Okay. So we are using Java programming language, and not only Java programming language, on the other side, so it is based on the platforms. For example, iOS platform, it is used for iPhone and iPad. What application, what type of programming language is used for that is Java programming language. And for Android apps are developed for Android phones, and these apps are developed with the help of Java programming language and Android software development kit. Don't forget about this Android software development kit. Okay. So now using this two type of programming language only, we are going to design and code to develop an application. You all know now what are the tools to develop applications. Okay. So once I create an application, once I finish my coding part, what I should do? You have to check your code whether it is executing or not. We call it as emulator. So emulator means which it is a software appears as a window, like a mobile screen will be appearing for you on the computer. So it looks exactly like the mobile simulation. You will just look it as a mobile which you hold it in your hand, and you will check whether your application runs or not. So that's why we call it as emulator. Okay. Now you know what are the tools used to develop applications. Yes. So now I'm going to tell you what is design window. You all know what is the purpose. Now I'm going to tell you what will be inside the design window. So once you click onto the design window, what are the things you can see inside? For example, the components of design window: buttons, text boxes, drawing, media controls. Using these four items, you are going to develop a screen. Okay, you're going to design on the screen. This is design window. And the next one, can you say this? App design is very important. And next one, coding part. So using Java programming language, you will be writing some scripting code, and that code is already given in your computer as blocks. Okay. And that blocks you can just drag and drop it to your code window, so that once you drag and drop it to the code window, you can execute your program. You need not write it on your own. It is already available in the system. You can avail it. Okay. This is the different type of programming language that you can make use of it to create an application. You can choose which programming language you want for your particular design. And now the third category. What was the third category? Programming language is over. The last one, emulator. Can you see this picture? By looking at this picture, what comes to your mind? There is a laptop and there is a mobile phone. In between, we have some process. What does it mean? So you're going to create a application in your laptop, and that code you're going to just connect it to your mobile phone, so that in real time you're going to test it using a cable or Wi-Fi. Using anything, you can just test your code. So later I will explain you practically. Now you just know what is emulator. You need two devices for testing your app. Okay. once you create in your system, the programming part is over. You will just have to install one application in your mobile to check whether the creation of your application is done or not. So that this device is also necessary, and a standard Wi-Fi connection is very important so that it will be linked to your mobile to computer. So check whether your Wi-Fi connection is same that you use it for your mobile as well as system. And now this is emulator where you're checking with the laptop and mobile. We are entering into a app development world. Okay, so what is this? Using MIT App Inventor, you're going to create an application. Okay, so as I said, for any creation you need some ingredients. If you are just preparing some food, what you will do first, you will just collect some ingredients, right? So likewise, you need some tools, you need some software, anything to process on. So to create an app develop means to create an application, you need this MIT App Inventor. So you will be just thinking what is MIT, right? So MIT is nothing but it is Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Google together. They created this inventor. So this inventor is created in it is created in university Cambridge University. So the students in various fields such as science, technology, humanities, architecture and management together, they created this in a research university. Okay, that is why they named this inventor as MIT App Inventor. This app inventor uses a graphical interface. So you know what is graphical interface? Through icons you will be accessing like buttons, text boxes, all those things you will drag and drop. That is graphical interface, which exactly resembles the Scratch programming language. Scratch is also one type of programming language. It exactly resembles the Scratch programming language. You will have to just drag and drop the buttons. That is called MIT App Inventor. So now we are going to see App Inventor. What is App Inventor? Which is used to develop apps, okay, for Android operating system. It is, yes, obviously you can just install it from any browser. It is open source web application, okay, and it uses a graphical interface as I said you, like Scratch programming language, drag and drop components. Okay, this is all about App Inventor. And now I'm going to tell you how to develop an application. So first you will have to open MIT App Inventor homepage in Google. Okay, and after that, see, if you don't know how to enter into the App Inventor, you can directly click onto this website. For example, www.appinventor.mit.edu. Okay, so this is the website where you can just enter into MIT App Inventor, or directly you can go to Google and just type MIT App Inventor. You will be entering into this particular website. Okay, using any web browser on the system, you can just enter into App Inventor website. Okay, so before doing anything, the system needs a basic credentials, your information. So any application if you want to install, it will just ask your email address. So likewise, even if you want to create an application, you must have an ID. So through that ID only you will enter into this application world. So you must have already one address, or else you have to create a new login address. Okay. So now after that, once you enter into that by giving your login credentials, you have to accept the terms and services of application. This is very, very important. You have to agree to the terms and services of MIT Center for Mobile Learning. So it is very, very important. Okay. So now you're going to start how to develop an application. I'm going to just show you one video. Just please look into that video. So I've just told you how to enter into MIT App Inventor as well as how to create an application. Clearly the demonstration is given. So I will just do it practically. Just look into this. I'm going to do it practically. In Google search engine also, using this search engine you can type, you will get this web page. In this web page, a lot of options will be available for you. You can select the first option, which is appinventor.mit.edu. Okay, so you can select this first MIT App Inventor. Once you select, you will get this web page. Okay, in this web page, on top of your screen, can you see the create apps? So you have to just click onto the create apps. Okay, I'm going to just click on the create apps. For this app inventor, to create an app, you must have a login ID. If you don't have, you can create it. If you have already Google account, you can just select any one of your mail ID. Through that, you can create your own apps. Okay, through that you can create your own apps. So now I'm going to just create a new app so that on top of your screen you will have start new project. If it is new for you, this is my old screen. So you have to just go to my projects on the title bar. In this you can select start new project. Okay, once you click on to the new project, you will have this dialog box. Okay, in this dialog box, you have to give the project title. Now, I'm just going to welcome you to MIT App Inventor. So, what I have to give here, I'm just giving my project name as welcome. Okay, so my project name is now welcome. Since I'm going to just welcome you all to MIT App Inventor, I'm giving a welcome. Okay, so can you see the screen here? How it looks like? It looks exactly like your mobile phone. Am I right? Yes. So it is looking like a mobile screen. Since you are going to create an application, mobile application, it is given in this type of screen. So you will feel like you're working in your mobile screen. Okay. So now this is your page where you're going to work in this particular page. We call this page as design window. Okay, this is your design window where you are going to design. So you all might have seen the components already. I've told you totally 4 tools is necessary for app invention. First one is you have to design the application, how you need, how you want the app to be look like. So that you will go to design. Second one, coding part, where you have to write a program for your application. And the third one is you will execute it using some language. Okay, any programming language, you need to write the code. And at last you will test the application whether it is working or not. Okay, this 4 is very, very essential. And now I'm going to show you in this design window how to work on. Okay, so left side, can you see the screen? On top of your screen, there are 4 main tabs. First, components, fourth one, properties. Okay, so we are going to select some items in the palette and put it in your screen so that you are going to design using some components with the help of properties. Okay, so you all understood now. I'm going to design my mobile screen first. So for that, if you want more screens, you can just add your screens here. Okay. So if you don't want, you can remove the screen also. Since I have only one screen, the remove screen option is invisible. So now, can you see the properties? I'm going to first set my screen backgrounds and all the settings first. I'm going to select my things to center. So whatever I do, it comes to my center. Background color, I want pink color. I've just applied a pink color and I'm going to just see. If you want to give scrollable option, you can just select it. Since I didn't give any topic yet, I don't want scrollable option. Okay, this is more than enough for my welcome address. Now I'm going to just give you here left side in palette. I'm going to select a label. Okay, where you're going to design your screen. So can you see this? Once I drag the option where it has come in center, because I have set it to center in my screen options, so it has come to my center. Okay. So now, if I want it to be printed on top, I can just give it as top, so it goes to top. Okay. Now I'm going to design this label now. First, I have designed the screen. Now I'm going to design the label. So I'll just look at the properties here. Now this is your label properties. So you can just set your background color. So I'm going to set background color to cyan. Can you see the changes here? Yes. So I'm going to set my content to bold. Okay. And the font size I'm changing it to 25. And now I'm just going to rename my value. Rename my content. So here text. It is given text for label 1. So what will be here? Text for label 1. I'm going to welcome you all to App Inventor. So, hello. I'm giving it in caps so it looks better than small letter. Hello. Welcome to MIT. Okay. So, can we see the changes here? Yes. Okay. Hello. Welcome to MIT. Okay. So now this is your screen and this is your content. Now I'm going to set all set. If you want more options also, you can just give it here. Simply I'm just giving hello, welcome to MIT. So once I give this content, I have to code. Okay, I have to write some content. Something should be there in your screen. If you just create only this with this text, it will just look like an icon. So if you want to do more, you have to write the code for this. Okay, this is your design window. And now I'm going to tell you the next part in forthcoming slides. So this is called design window. Now you know how to design your mobile screen using the components in your left side palette, right? So the code window, the next will be for you the code window. I will explain about that in next class. So let us just recall the topics whatever we discussed today. Okay. So first we saw what is MIT App Inventor. So MIT App Inventor, how to log in into that using appinventor.mit.edu. Through this website, you can enter into MIT App Inventor. Once you enter this website, what you will do? You will have to select Create Apps. Through this Create Apps, okay, before selecting Create Apps, you have to create an account. Okay, after creating account, you will click on to Create Apps. So once you select Create Apps, what you will do? Before that, you must log in. After giving your login details, you will create the apps. Then new project. You have to select a new project. Give a name to the project. Then what you have to do? This is how your screen looks like. You will have a mobile screen and two types of windows. One is block window, another one design window. So in design window, you will just design your mobile screen. So whatever you need, for example, you will drag and drop the label, buttons, text boxes, anything you want, you can design it using this design window. Okay. So now you know how to just design your mobile screen using designer window components. Okay. So I've created a quiz based on this app development, and you please try to attend this quiz assignment. Submit it in GCR or else you can submit it through WhatsApp. So thank you children. We'll meet you in next class. We will see the code window and how to write a programming, means how to write a program to develop an application, and how to create a shortcut in your mobile phones. We will see in next class. Okay. Thank you children.